We're going to be working on a teddy bear head on this little dog. He was used in a difficult dog seminar yesterday, so hopefully he won't give us a lot of trouble. Teddy bear heads, we want to think about short ears to where that it blends right into the headpiece, and dogs that are, well, about any dog. I always like to use the universal combs because anytime you're working around the head, the less that you have to use your scissors. I feel like that you're putting you and the dog in a safer situation. So I love my universal combs. This is the Oster Volt clipper. I have a 30 blade on, and then this is the new 1.25 inch comb attachment. So well, this little guy's come a long way because yesterday they couldn't even touch him with the comb attachment or with a blade or a clipper around his head at all. So just a little bit of training goes a long way. So you can go against or with the coat, and then you can come back and go against if you want it to be a little bit shorter. Then I like to tip the head back and go back, down, down, down. Good. And then if I wanted to go shorter, then I would just come again and then go with it again. And when you do this a couple of times, and it just makes your whole life easy. I mean, it makes the trim easier, it's quicker. Then you have a nice uniform base to start your scissoring with. So I like to give it a little spritz, comb everything up from the bottom to the top, comb everything up. Again, this is an 1.25 inch comb that we use, so that leaves a pretty good length of coat for a cute little teddy bear head. I like to go over, anytime I'm using the universal combs, 2 to 3 times, just to make sure that I don't have to do a lot of scissoring, just because this is just a lot quicker. Again, this dog yesterday, they couldn't even put a clipper on his head, but Chris used him in a difficult dog seminar. He's just a puppy, and spent some time desensitizing him. And so you can see today, just about 5 to 10 minutes of work, and this dog's going to be a good grooming customer from here on out. I'm going to reach now and grab a pair of my shears and my blenders. When you want the ears to stand up, if they are real close to the head, if you don't trim the hair underneath of the ear close, now obviously I've got to clean that up, but don't take this out, because that's what gives you that nice round appearance and helps for the ear to just kind of flow into the head. Where if you shave all that out, then it's going to lay flatter to the head. So I like to just going to neaten up just a little bit right there. And that's something I was thinking that he was going to do, is sometimes the scissors freak them out a little more even than the clippers do. So I'm just going to go by and neaten everything up. I'm going to be real careful going around his eye. I wanted to kind of see what he was going to do there. And sometimes I'll just kind of air scissor to see what he's going to do. And just to get him used to hearing the snap, snap, snap of the scissors. And you see I'm not taking anything off right there, but I'm just working. And then I'll get a little closer. Because nothing is more irritating as a groomer than to get in there by the face where you don't have a lot of wiggle room and they jerk. So just trying to be ever so careful there. I like to go in and take eyelashes off, but I'm not going to do that with him. Just comb everything forward, and then you're going to lay your scissors down on the end of his nose, or on the top of his nose with them closed, and then open it up to get that Okay, it's okay. Again, this is a puppy. So I snuck it in there, finally got it laid down right on his head, angled out at about a 45-degree angle, and then go right on across to the other side. Good. Don't like to do a lot of baby talk to the dogs when I'm working on them, because this is not playtime. This is a time that I have a sharp instrument, and I want them to not get distracted. Just going to scissor over that ear very carefully. I'm going to run my fingers down to feel where the tip of that ear is. So that's where my thumbnail is. That's the tip of his ear. So I'm going to see, I'll hold it with my thumb, holding the very end of the ear, tip it off, and then I know where I can go to. And that's the other thing. You see how he's lifting that ear up and down? You got to kind of keep an eye on that to see what it's going to do, you know, because a lot of times it'll completely distort the expression and your work depending on where that ear is. Also being really careful, because when he does prick that ear up, sometimes he can put it right into your scissors or your clippers, so have to be very careful. I'm going to comb everything down, down, down. Go right around the throat latch, right at his Adam's apple. That's also where his collar's going to lay. And so the closer that I can take that, the less likely he's going to come in the next time with matting. Probably going to be time to put him back in a noose. Okay. Just to be on the safe side. So this side of the head, we're looking pretty good. Probably going to grab my blenders at this point. These are the 27-tooth Oster blenders. It's a great place when you get really close to being done that you can switch to those and then come back. Now in the shop, and what I'm fixing to do here is I'm fixing to quit on this side of his head, because he is a puppy and his attention span is not very long. So I have to do the other side of his body in a little bit, and then I'll finish up that side of his head. So always, it's better to not be perfect when you have a dog like this, instead of taking a chance on having an injury. So this is our teddy bear head, or at least half of a teddy bear head for Oster and GroomerTV.
I can never find what I'm looking for.
The Northwest Grooming Show.
What? I never know what to do with this breed.
The Northwest Grooming Show.